So today I have a flow of work which I have decided. I hope I just continue with that. There will be few times I will be sharing my screen, but then most of the time I would prefer to just talk. Okay. So basically, I mean, neutralization as such is a very big word, and there are a lot of technicalities associated with it. So I might not just get into all those technicalities, but I'll just give you tips, around how to improvise your accent and why it is important, right? So first of all, I feel it is important that you understand, like, why do you need to have a good accent, right? So for example, see, every language, any language, has a language is supposed to be spoken the way it is meant to be spoken. So you cannot speak language in any other form, like, so that is very important. But usually what people have do is, like, they learn a language but they use it in their own way. So that is something that actually creates issues with others. For example, see, I'll be doing some, while giving an example, I'll be giving some examples. I'm not mocking at somebody, but just for the sake of giving an example, I will be doing it. Say, for example, if I say like this, why are you late? Next time, if you are late, then I'm going to punish you. So this there's nothing wrong with this English, right? There's nothing wrong. The problem is that the thing is that the accent is wrong, right? So what happens, so when I teach voice and accent, right, so some of them say that why do we need to have this kind of a neutral accent? Because our clients know that, our people know that we belong to specific area, so they will talk like this. I said it is right, I mean, they can understand, but sometimes, what happens, specifically now, since our everything is getting global, so why shouldn't we take efforts to ensure that we have a neutral accent? Because right now we'll not be catering to any specific Indian or any specific region, right? So if you have a neutral accent, your scope increases, because you are not confined only to specific area. May say if people from south is, they might take training in say France or US or UK people. So why not have an accent which is neutral? Another thing is, it's about learning the language in a right way. Okay? Language has to be spoken the way it is. Every language has got a stress pattern. So if you learn it in a right way, then because of that, other person find you interesting. Okay. And for example, if you got stuck in some mall, you're trying to swipe a card. Okay, you're trying to swipe a card, and there's some issue with your card, and now you're absolutely frustrated with that. You've taken all your shopping things are there, and you're very much frustrated. So what will you do is, like, if you call a call center and that person who's asking, you're answering, is not ready, is not, you're not able to get that. He said, किधर रखा था, कब रखा होगा, आपने बोला था क्या, ये करो. So she's trying to help you out, but then just because the accent is not clear or you're not comfortable with that accent, it becomes more frustrating, right? So, and if you have the command on a neutral accent, what will happen? Say if because of the competition, you might get an edge over others. For example, you have two trainers, right? And both of them, or maybe two employees or two trainers, and both of them are good, they, you like their credentials, there's no issue with the credential, but you need to make a choice of one. Then when you listen to them and then you said that I'm able to connect with the one who has a neutral accent than the one who speaks with a different accent. So that is one reason you need to learn this language. Plus, overall your personality changes if you concentrate on improving your accent or neutralization of accent in English. Your other language, your command on Hindi or your command of any other language that you speak also improves. Because when you start concentrating on it, there are small nitty-gritties of languages, language has it, which you concentrate on, and you understand how important they are and how magical they are. Just making small changes, you can really make huge impact in accent training. For example, all of us love to work on your communication. So some of you insist on working on vocabulary, for example. But my observation is that rather than working on your vocabulary, if you put in that effort working on your accent, making it neutralize accent, or have more intonation in a voice, understand the stress pattern, the efforts pay off more, because you don't have to learn anything, but whatever existing knowledge of language or the words you have, with that only you start making um, best, right? I'll give you an example. Usually, so for example, there is something very beautiful in front of you, very nice, very good. Okay, and when people are asked, okay, so something like that, what are the words that you can use? So usually people say it's like good, nice, awesome, fabulous, okay, fantastic. So basically people have words. So first of all, they don't use those words. That is one thing, because basically what we do is we don't go beyond very good, nice for everything. So that's one thing. Sometimes you know the word, but you really don't use it with proper accent. For example, word WOW. Okay, so now that is wow. So people said if you like something, you usually say wow. It's not. Why exactly? When you are saying wow, you want to impress other person. Other person should know your feelings, right? That you are really. It's very fascinating, kind of. So ideally, it should be wow, right? Wow. So even if say somebody something is beautiful, say it's beautiful. It's like, oh, it's beautiful. So if you have accent and an intonation and proper stress pattern, the same word is more effective. So that is about accent neutralization. With existing vocabulary, with proper time and pacing, you can really improvise your existing. You can make your delivery more interesting. So, for example, I have to tell you, give you a poem. So, for example, I'll give you one example here. Uh, but every fair from fair sometime declines by chance or nature's changing course and trend. So I mean, it just went flat. Now if you say, but every fair from fair sometime declines by chance or nature's changing course and trend. One more example I give. Um, what is your aim in life? Somebody said, to follow the knowledge like a sinking star beyond the utmost bound of the human thoughts. Not so effective. Say, to follow the knowledge like a sinking star beyond the utmost bound of the human thoughts. It's the way you present it. It's the same thing which I'm trying to tell, but it's the way you put it. You can still say it properly. To follow the star, to follow the star. No, to follow the knowledge like a thinking star beyond the atmos bound of human thoughts. So you can control your volumes. You can increase it. You can decrease it. So that's how you can modulate your voice based on your audience, so that so for example, right now I'm very excited, so I'm going very fast. If I have to display that I'm calm, then automatically the pace can be controlled, because you know exactly how to control your volume, pitch. So these are some of the benefits that you get as a speaker. So based on your audience. Now, specifically in case of Zoom, it becomes more important. Reason being, earlier you like in classroom sessions, people can observe you. They can observe your body language. They can observe your hand gestures, eye contact. There are a lot of other things which are now missing. Okay, so the entire weightage of communication that comes on tones, volume, ups and down, and you need to ensure that you display the same level of energy, enthusiasm, okay, till the end. And it is only through volume or with intonation only you can do that. And the best part about learning intonation or maybe accent neutralization is that it's very interesting. And it also I also consider it to be a behavioral change, because everybody has a specific style of speaking. You've been speaking for that's with that specific style from certain period of time. So all of a sudden getting that change is difficult, and so everybody has got kind of a shell around them, and they said, okay, this is what I am, this is how I speak. But when you start understanding accent and practicing it, eventually the thought process changes, you become more expressive, and that same expression gets into your other language as well. So I used to speak Hindi earlier as well, But then eventually I feel that after I started learning more about neutralizing my accent in English and the importance of intonation, I was able to make my Hindi also better. Okay. and and that is applicable everywhere. Fine. So the whole idea is that this is a wonderful world of neutralization, and today it will be just a small glimpse. I can tell you the strategies that can be used or that should be used. Some of the strategies are something that I have that are there everywhere, I mean, on internet somewhere. Some of the strategies I had developed based on my experience. All right. So let us move on with accent. So as again I'll say the accent, what do you mean by neutral accent? Is like an accent where people are not able to understand whether which area you belong to, right? If somebody talks, you should not say that she comes from Bengal or she comes from UP or something like that. So that is in actually a neutral accent. uh, Let me share the screen. Can you all see my screen? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Hello. Yeah.
Is right? Okay.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
But then I think so my audio has gone. My video has gone. It's still there.
Your audio is there. Your
And,
screen is not there.
okay, fine. So give me one moment. Let me come to my screen then.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Uh, all right. It's okay. Anyway, guys have already seen me, so it's important that you see this part of my. Okay. You can see my screen clearly, right?
No, 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 ma'am.
You can see the screen,
Ma'am, I
right?
can see. No, no, ma'am. Actually, I can see your video. I don't. Yeah.
We are not seeing your screen. We are seeing only your video.
Is it? Okay, fine, no problem. Then let me, whenever whatever important things will be there, we can share that later on. I'll continue with, I cannot see actually any one of you, I can only see my screen. So let us still continue. The show must go on. Let's not get distracted by this. Okay. So you can always see that accent, is a distinctive manner of oral expression. Basically, the way you speak, any specific. So every language, has a specific way of speaking. I can actually hear my echo when I'm talking. I don't know. Hope my voice is clear.
Yes, ma'am. It's clear. Yeah.
All right, fine. Okay,
Very,
even if
very clear. Okay,
all
then.
right, fine. Thank you. So, so accent, is just a distinctive manner of oral expression, right? So, so if as I give example, there are people who speak like from South will have some South Indian tone in their voice, or people from Bengal will have some specific Bengali accent, US. But the neutral one is the one which you usually listen in BBC and or our news anchors. Majority of us have it. Most of us also speak, but then that is a neutral accent. So language, and I always feel that every language has its style, its stress pattern and intonation, and we need to follow it. We cannot use our own intonation or to speak that language. So for example, in Punjabi also there is a specific stress pattern, right? It's say rakh de, utha le. Okay. So that's a different stress pattern. Hindi also has it. Like we have kursi, so we don't say kur rasi, kursi. We don't say that. But then when it comes to English, people have this habit of speaking it their own way, right? So usually, what happens for a neutral accent? There are two important things which we usually talk about. One is MTI, which is called as mother tongue influence. So by mother tongue influence, some people call this so somebody who sounds like while speaking in English, they sound like as if they're speaking Marathi with the same Marathi intonation, but they're speaking English, or same Tamil intonation, but they're speaking other language like English and maybe Punjabi accent also. I mean, we can have a lot of videos where we can see people with are speaking English, but the accent is, we can refer to it. Like there is in fact a joke also on this, For example, there was a person who comes from a movie देख के आता है, and he asked his friend कि भाई कौन सी movie देखी, तो वो क्या करता है, एक ताला लेता है और दूसरा ताला उसके ऊपर रख देता है. So guess what movie? So the movie was Lok Parlok. So it was like not lock, but it was, usually Gujaratis, they pronounce it as lok. Instead of hall, they will pronounce it as hole. Okay, and this is very quite common. So some specific areas I have seen that they have a specific stress pattern, which they follow. So MTI is like your mother tongue influence, they call it, but usually it is the more appropriate term is that they sound vernacular. MTI actually means that you think in English or maybe think in your own language and literally convert it into English, and that phrase may not exist, right? If I say there's a difference between bas 19-20 ka farak hai, there's a difference of 19-20, that will not work because that particular expression doesn't exist in English. Okay, so that is one thing. So the important is, very important thing is like once you have a neutral accent, you have to ensure that it will help you in building rapport, because whatever kind of audience you are going to ensure that they understand you. Fluency is there, and just because fluency is there, you develop you display a kind of confidence. There is a lack of misunderstanding, because sometimes that happens even in Hindi also. If you don't properly follow the stress pattern, the word is misunderstood. Okay, and you actually understand the soul of language. Every language has its soul, and you understand that it is really important. Fine. So a very important factor that is required now, is that to understand in English, or maybe to neutralize your English. Now, this is as of now, I'm told it's very important. Now, how you do it, okay, is the stress pattern. So every language, has got a stress pattern. As I said, Punjabi has it, and English also has it. But usually people in India, we do not follow a stress pattern. The stress means in certain words needs to be stressed. Either you need to speak it loud, or you need to speak for a specific syllable in longer time, for a longer period of time, or maybe little high pitched. Okay, so for example, there are monosyllable word or two-syllable word. So every word in English has syllables. So it could be two-syllable word, three-syllable word, or a stress pattern. So for example, a word like cold. So just one. Bed, one-syllable word. Similarly, there are two-syllable words like quiet. So quiet is to quiet. Now, stress needs to be given to which parts? Is like first part, like party, no stress. Party. So pa is like, this is a two-syllable word. Party. So it's pa. So party. So special. So space on top, and then shall. Without, see, I'm going to now speak a word without the stress and with the stress pattern, like today, and then today. Orange. So what we usually do is like, we do not follow this pattern. We just speak in so for example, there's a word called development, right? So some people call it development. No stress pattern. Okay, if you stress on D, there will be development. If you stress on way, development. Okay, so that is how the stress pattern differs. So every language has, and it's very complicated in the sense that there is no rules as such. Like some rules do exist, but then it only comes with an experience and understanding. You need to have ear for listening. You need to properly listen to those sounds. Then you understand exactly the sound pattern. So demand, demand. So it will be demand. So this will like be power. So ver is down. Retrieve. Engines. N is stress, Jane is not. So this is how there are ups and downs. So stress pattern, like you either take some time to speak that word, or we can say that put that one extra heartbeat for that specific syllable. the right way to say is like greedy. So greedy, greedy. Exchange. So there are monosyllable word, two syllable word, three syllable words, and there is a pattern to it which needs to be understood, right? So actually in my PowerPoint presentation, I have given these examples. I have also highlighted the uh, areas where you need to give the stress. Maybe I'll share this with you because right now if you're not able to see, it's okay. I'll continue with it. And so this stress pattern is extremely important, and that makes the change as well. Okay, so usually one word has one stress. It's called a primary. We can have a secondary stress, but one word can have only one stress. And we have to stress on vowel sound and not a consonant sound. Now, it is very important how why our pronunciations don't match, or so why we are not able to sound neutral. Reason being, Indians have this tendency to stress more on consonant sounds rather than vowel sounds. Okay, so the consonant sounds are like ABCD, p, k, t, d, r. So these are all consonant sounds, and the vowel sounds are a, o, a, we. So for example, the word is like eight. Eight. So usually people call it eight, like the way you say ate. I ate my dinner, kind of. So it is not eight. It is maybe eight. Okay. So sound, instead of sound, it has got ow sound. It is sound. So the right way is sound. Create. So what happens? Yeah. So the vowels are very important. And if you properly start now think you are start pronouncing the consonant sound. T, p, k, t, r. So all these consonant sounds, whenever you pronounce this sound, you find that two mouth parts interact, somewhere. P, two lips, they come in touch with it. T, d. So two mouth parts come together. But when you work on your vowels, right? When you start pronouncing your vowels, it doesn't happen. It's like a, o, I, e, a. So all these sounds, they are more important because of that the melody comes to the sound, right? And so whenever if you stress more on consonant sound, somewhere the two mouth parts meet, and that disturbs your fluency, right? So when we are, for example, asked, asked, right? So when we say asked, so if you are pronouncing it like asked, what happens, your tongue goes back, and by the time your tongue goes back and come back in a normal position, things don't work in place, and then your tongue will bang either upper palate or lower palate or cheek or something. So basically the entire pronunciation or the entire fluency get distorted, right? So we need to ensure that we always stress on the vowel sound. Okay, I'll be giving you more examples, and there are some cases, like there are some studies as well, I mean exercises as well, which can help us to understand how vowel sounds are important, right? And then some of the thing, like you need to intensify the adverbs, like indeed, oh, that's grand, terrific. So whenever you use these adverbs, right, so these things needs to be stressed more. So usually, if you say in Hindi, even Hindi has got a good intonation pattern, but we manage without that. For example, we already, it's very common to say "अच्छे लग रहे हो." Okay, आप अच्छे दिख रहे हो. But then, if same thing we need to do in English, if you say "you look good," this is not going to work. I mean, if you really want to impress others, understand that you are ultimately complimenting somebody, and we expect him to feel good about it, right? So rather than, oh, you're looking good, oh, you're looking nice, oh, you're looking gorgeous. So there are this ups and downs. This intonation is extremely important, which we are missing. And because of that, the same word that we speak doesn't become very effective. Specifically, on these conference calls, you see, sometimes, what happens, there's a conference call going on, and somebody called somebody called John has given some specific input which you like, and on conference call you say, John, that was a nice idea. That was a nice input. But then it just goes flat. I mean, John doesn't understand. John, that was pathetic. John, that was extremely poor. All in one tone. There is no intonation to it. I mean, oh, that was very well presented. Oh, that went really well. Oh, that was very good way. I extremely liked it. So all these um, expressions or important words needs to be stressed. You need to put in more efforts, one extra heartbeat, or say maybe you can just speak initially, to practice or just speak that stressed word little aloud, that also will help. But then again a behavior change, because we are used to speaking in specific way. So initially it will feel like as if you are acting, and it will look a little fake initially, and you are not comfortable, as if you're trying to make it. But then in long run it will help, because the rule is fake it till you make it. So initially but then you'll enjoy that, it's the same thing. So if you have some conversation, you're studying some conversation, use intonation, use the expressions properly, stress the vowel sound, and see how it works. And the natural way of learning any language is through listening only. Like, that's how we have learned our mother tongue. Nobody has taught us to read or write first, or learn the grammar first. So the same is applicable to English as well. The more you read, the more you hear, and that too, that's the reason I suggest not to ever watch a movie or a documentary or anything with subtitles, because your mind that times keeps on reading it, and then you do not pay attention to those small little things that are extremely important, small sounds, the stress pattern, which word is stressed, how it needs to be done, because there are thousands or maybe millions of words. So you cannot always understand. You can learn. There's no rule to it to learn the stress pattern. Only by listening you'll be able to do it. So start listening from that perspective. So whatever, anyway, we all listen to English, but do right now, once you start make up your mind that, yeah, I need to ensure that my accent has to be neutral, you start referring to looking at that same content from that perspective. And it just happens, and it's like, it's a natural, it's a human psychology. Once if you are not aware, once you're not interested or you're not aware of it, you'll not care for it. But you seriously start looking into the stress pattern, and then you find it really interesting. Okay. So it happens with almost everything. Like, for example, when we whenever thought about before buying a car, for me all cars were similar. I was not much interested in kind of some big car, red cars, blue cars, some small cars. But once we decided to buy a car, and then I started paying more attention to the model, and then uh, other aspects of the car, so which is people go for, what is right, maybe the color, maybe the price, maybe whether it's a hatchback type, or whatever different types are. So the same is applicable to neutralization. Once you decide that you need to do it, then there are lots of ways you can do it. You can develop your own ways of understanding how it needs to be spoken. Okay, fine. So very important, stress pattern, and then comes the intonation. And without intonation, and it's really difficult to understand the expressions, because it's the rise and the fall and the pitch of your voice, that makes a difference. It is the intonation that adds melody to your voice. Okay, melody in the sense, people can hear that music, and then that's the reason they feel that it's good. Now I'll give you an example. Most of us, we say statement with the intonation of question. So for example, I'll say, you are hungry. So you are hungry is a statement, it's not a question. What is the question? Question is, are you hungry? So are you hungry is the question, but the intonation is the question. So you are hungry, you have done it. So have you done it is the right way, but that's a sentence. So if I say, you are hungry, better go have your lunch. So you are hungry is actually a statement, not a question. But then we give an intonation of question, and then on that's how we speak. And see, the intonation matters a lot. For example, if I'm unsure about something, and I have to say no. So how will I say no? Like, no, right? The word is no. Second is like you are sure, then you'll say, do you want to have lunch now? No. First no was no. The second one was no. And something you strongly want to say that, and somebody wants like, shall I take your mobile phone? And said, no. It was strong no, right? The word is no. The, in all the three cases, the word is no. The way it's spoken. No, no, no. Right? So this is how the intonation matters. So that tells you the mood and speaking. And if you don't put the right intonation, people might get like, first of all, there's a misunderstanding, and then that the expression that you want doesn't come. Now, one more example I'll give you. For example, this, like, it's called it's raining. The word is it's raining. Now, if somebody is surprised and say, what a surprise, it's raining. This is a surprise, right? No, this is, it's raining. What a surprise, it's raining. This is a surprise. And you have to go out and it's raining. How annoying, it's raining. Okay. And if you're really happy for the raining, like as if you really want it to rain, and then it's like, it's raining. So that's like, oh, that's great, it's raining. So the word is it's raining. So first can is surprise, it's raining. And then, it's raining. You're happy? It's raining. So it's the same thing. The word remains the same. It's always the way you say it. Okay. So that is why this intonation is extremely, extremely important part of being first of neutralization, because once you neutralize your accent, so you ensure that you do the right stress, okay, and then you ensure that you understand the stress pattern, then you understand that you also learn intonation, so that will help you in expressing yourself better. Okay. And there are right now was very important, and I'm now going to tell you some more strategies how you can improve your accent. Now let us understand how English is different from most of the languages that we know. Okay. Now English is a non-phonetic language. So why do I say it's non-phonetic? Because it is not written the way it is not sounded the way it is written. Whatever is written, you don't sound that, right? It is L-I-V-V. Sometimes you say it live. Sometimes you say it live, right? So there is a difference, but that is not true with Hindi. Whatever you write, you pronounce it. But then why is English non-phonetic? So what has happened is that English actually originated in Rome. And so that time when it originated, those 26 letters were sufficient. They didn't have much sounds in it. Eventually, it spread across Europe. So the more it spread, new words got into it. Many new words got into it. For those, they don't have a symbols, right? So now if you look out for, there's an IPA chart, or there's a pronunciation dictionary. Okay. So there is a chart in it where all the sounds, so there are 44 sounds in American English and 42 in UK English. So they have given a different symbol to it. So basically, once you start learning this chart, understanding phonetic dictionary is extremely important. If you really want to work on your neutralization, so understand exactly how how that sound is represented, right? So that's the reason and you can read it on it's not that difficult, because you just have to learn 19 more new symbols, rather. I'll not say letters, it's symbols. So that will help you whether the sound was short, short vowel, long vowels, and all the consonants and sound. So usually if you see, whenever you look out for the pronunciation, you can get it backward slash and the pronunciation and the backward slash. It's very common. So if you are able to read it, nobody can question your pronunciation in that case, because that is the right way. You are able to read a dictionary. So start learning with it. The first thing which I would suggest is understand this vowel sound, the importance of sound, and how we give more stress to sound, to vowel sounds. I'm going to give you more example towards the end, maybe. So actually, on my presentation, I have actually given these IPA charts are there. but somehow not able to share it. And what I'll do is, once we are done with this presentation, maybe I'll share it with you so that you get a better understanding of it. So make use of a chart, and these charts are readily available on internet, and you can really learn on it on your own. And it's not difficult. It's just there's a symbol and the sound over there. Okay, I'll give you a few examples. So for example, bird, right? So the bird is like sound, bird, word, sounds. So they have mentioned the, and what needs to be stressed upon. There's always a stress symbol. So you'll get a comma on top, inverted, which will tell you which word needs to be stressed. So learning, so I would suggest, like, in case if somebody really wants to work on their accent neutralization or understand, buying a phonetic dictionary is always a good option. Okay, because it will usually, specifically the Cambridge one, also comes with a CD in it. So there are a list of words and there is a list of pronunciation also, and there are exercises that makes you aware of the vowel sounds. Okay, then very importantly, we have to practice with our mouth exercises. Like most of us do not open their mouth and speak, and because of that, majority of time you end up mumbling. You end up mumbling, and the entire expression doesn't fall in place, right? So very important that in fact, even if there is an extra mouth movement, it is fine to start with it. You start in front of mirror and say, okay, why not clear. So if you start practicing with your mouth, okay, and the tongue twisters are a wonderful way of doing it. So tongue twisters, you can just write it down somewhere and maybe start with the simple tongue twisters and then move on to the more complicated one. And that's a fun, you need to understand. I'll be giving you multiple strategies, whichever one is suitable to you. You can start eventually. Okay, so one of them, as I said, is tongue twister. So maybe a very simple tongue twister, like, I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Okay, maybe one more I'll tell you. I feel a funny feel, feel I. And if you feel the feel I feel, you feel the same as I. Okay, so you can just control it. Like, so these tongue twisters are wonderful thing, because then you understand exactly where on which sound you get stuck, or which is like t, d, p, ch. Okay, now there is a Cecily Berry warm-up exercise, which is like whenever you start, like every day, you need to talk about ooh, ooh, ood, un. So these are exercises are then, and they're, I mean, the internet is full of that. But only thing is, I'm just giving you an option that these are some way of, so you can start with a warm-up exercise. Do not directly get into voice and accent, because you need to have exceptional flexibility to speak this language. So because of that, even people who are in movie industry or all these things, they sometimes, put pen in their mouth, just to ensure that there is a lot of space over there and they're able to open their mouth properly and tongue properly, like tongue does not bang anything. So very important to improve your accent is that you need to have mouth exercises and ensure that you open your mouth and then speak. So that's one thing. Use tongue twisters, then warm up exercise, and then very important that what is the relationship between a sound and how the mouth parts react. What is the relationship between it? For example, I'll take an example of a Hindi word called kshitij. Okay, and I'll not say kshitij. I'll just say ksha. So if you see ksha, so the speaking that ksha is not, if you are teaching it to somebody who's never spoken in Hindi, will be so difficult. See ksha. So how the tongue is twisting, it is touching your upper palate, and how see the movement of air. So these are small little things that not things, sorry, things is very South Indian, things. Okay, so these are small little things that we should know about our mouth parts, like so lips, teeth, tongue, hard palate, velum, uvula, glottis, So when you start learning about the sounds, learning about this, like the mouth parts and how the sound comes, then it becomes easy. Now I'll give you a very simple example. There are two, you must have heard about V sound and W. V and W, there are two different letters in English, right? So if you see, English already have less number of letters and more sounds, right? So why have, like, majority of people do not know the difference between V sound and W sound, okay? So so V and W for us, people say it's almost similar, okay? Give me a moment. But there is a difference, and that is very simple. So V is, I'll say, is V, okay? And W is W. Now you can hear V, W, V, W. Right? Now the thing is that, and the rule is, rule to be followed is like, it's like we always say, is like bite your V's and kiss your W's. So whenever you have to say a word with like uvula, velum, alveolar, vicinity, have, right? So have is most stupidly, people don't really pronounce have well. We just say have. Okay, so we sound like you bite your V's, and W, wow, window. Okay, and what else, like weaver. So the problem is that whenever you have this V and W sound, and I don't know, but then about the rest, it took me at least 1 year to get the right sound. So it's not easy sometimes, because we have been programmed in speaking that in some way, right? All of a sudden making that change is really difficult. So because of that, it is extremely important that these are small little things. So V and W, bite your V's and kiss your W's. Just remember that, and then that sound comes in place, right? There is one more mistake that people do, that with R. There's a lot of controversy about R. So usually, there's English people, they're not able to roll their tongue. The tongue doesn't go back. Okay, so if you say dugna lagan dana parega, right? People speak English like this, right? Hindi with English accent. If you need to show khab are ho. So what happens? This R, you don't have to really take it back. Fine. So what happens, like if you say the word like DEAR, so people call it dear. So they are not able to take that R back, so because, but we do it. So what happens, like when you are talking, and that's why the fluency get affected. Now the problem is that when you are talking scared, dear, so you are taking your tongue back somewhere and then coming back onto the word, it gets banged, again, as I said, to your upper palate, lower palate, or cheek, and because of that your fluency get infected. So the rule with usually with R sound is that usually when after a vowel sound, if there after a vowel sound, if there is a R, then you just have to think about the R and forget it. You don't have to really do anything. I mean, just think about the R and you don't have to pronounce this. So it will be dear. Oh yes, dear. No, dear. So whenever R comes after a vowel sound, don't do it. Don't just think about it, and then then the fluency is in place. Otherwise, if you take your katar, butter, so the moment you take your tongue back and come, so somewhere you will not sound English. And the second thing, it impacts with your pronunciation. Okay. Another thing is, again, strategy to improve is pay attention to inflection, that stress pattern. The same sentence with different stress pattern will have different meaning. So for example, now I'm going to give you one sentence, and then the sentence is without any stress pattern, like I didn't say he stole the money. Okay. Now if I stress on I didn't say he stole the money. So it means that I didn't say he stole the money, someone else said it. I didn't say he stole the money. Okay, now just a statement is, I didn't say he stole the money. Now, second stress pattern is on didn't. Second word. I didn't say he stole the money. It's just a statement. Okay. Now, when I say I didn't say he stole the money, I didn't say he stole the money. So I like it means I mentioned it to some other form. Like I didn't say. I must have just given a hint. I didn't say. Okay. Then say I didn't say he stole the money. I didn't say he stole the money. So when it comes to he, it means like stress is on he, not me, but someone else. I didn't say he stole the money. Someone else must have stolen it. The sentence, see, the word is the same. The moment we change the stress pattern, the meaning changes. And if you really do not follow this, you tend to develop a lot of misunderstandings, right? One more, when you have a stress on stole, I didn't say he stole the money. I didn't say he stole the money. He must have just borrowed it, right? I didn't say he stole the money. He must have just borrowed it. Similarly, I didn't say he stole the money. So when I say the money, when I stressing on the, it means not that specific money, maybe some other money he must have stolen. Okay. Then if you put the stress on money, I didn't say he stole the money. I didn't say he stole the money. He must have stolen a jewelry. I didn't say he stole the money, but he must have stolen the jewelry. So so that is very important aspect. So if every sentence has it, the moment you change that stress pattern, the meaning changes. Once you understand this aspect, you can make your communication better. You know exactly what should be the stress pattern. So important words needs to be highlighted. The stress needs to be given to some word that is more important. So like for example, so you're talking about dogs. Dog eat bones. Okay. So no intonation. So if you need to give a dog eats bones without intonation. If you need to put eats important, then dog eats bones. Okay. Then first syllable, they eat them, or they eat them. They eat them. So whosoever is an important person or important thing, just highlight that. So that is how you improve your English as well, and it becomes more effective. Another strategy to improve your accent is that you make use of a dictaphone. In fact, I'm carrying us. The video is not there, but I am actually carrying this. Okay. Uh, can you get me the charger, please? Sorry, we forgot to put the charger. Fine. So using a dictaphone. Yeah. So the dictaphone is like your dictaphone. You got a small phone, specifically for recording. So it has some extra functions which usually we do not find it in mobile. Most of us must have, like many of us must have recorded their voices. Okay. So and usually we don't like our own voice, because because when we listen to our own voice in these medium like phone and all, you sound more nasal. Okay. So because of that you don't like your own voice. But then using a dictaphone is comparatively a better option, because it cuts all the noises are cut, and you really sound more original. Basically every voice is good. There's no good or bad voice. Every voice has its need and requirement. It's only the way you say it. Always, all as long as you have a voice, it's more important. Okay. So using dictaphone actually helps. But if not, to start with, recording yourself is a very good option. And with different accent, with different stress pattern, you understand. So once you know exactly how you sound, you're able to control your pronunciations and very well. So that is something extremely important. So to improve your accent, use record yourself. The way every time, like most of the time, it's a very good practice to record and check whether how do you sound, and how you can improvise. That's one thing. And there is a book called Anne Cook, okay, which is also called as for American accent is called as Bible. But then I'm not telling that you need to learn American accent. You should not. I mean, it's okay. Without learning American accent, also things will work. But the way she explains, the stress pattern, the way she makes you the importance of flow of English, how it works, So there are, and she has given us
Hello? Hello?
I think she got disconnected.
Yes, yes. I just called.
We'll just pause for a moment.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Hmm.
I just called her.
Let her continue. So, how is the learning so far?
It's great, sir.
Very nice. Great.
We understand that very well.
Uh, you all are young.
Oh, wonderful. It was
We don't know how many mistakes we are committing every day. Now we could know.
that's what I said. This was very nice.
Yeah, now this is good.
It's a different kind of experience now. Thank you, the boss, for arranging such a wonderful woman to speak on this. Good.
I must say you are a quick learner. Now, on the serious practical front, what I was thinking was, see, when we get into the training room now, one of the challenges is how we connect well with the audience, and the dressing and grooming and the way of taking it forward is one of the aspects. But whenever I used to speak with her, I often liked the way she used to bring about a point and way to handle a question or answer a question or just establish something. So that aspect is very crucial when it comes to the trainings. We have slides, we have the content, and we need to deliver it to the audience, right? So even if it's an RBI policy, it's up to us to deliver it in the best of expressions, so the other person really likes it. A simple example, we use icebreakers. I see most of the trainers, come on, now we will have an icebreaker, right? Doesn't gel with the audience, right? Audience भी मालूम है icebreaker में ये कराएंगे ऐसा होगा. Best way is to dive into it with a good, strong feeling. You don't tell you are doing an icebreaker, but rather with a good energy flow, good expression, good voice and everything, then you bring that activity into action. So lot of places we can really use it.
Actually, sir, the first 15-20 minutes is a graveyard for the trainers. That time it works. How you can impress them? Am I right, sir?
I will call it, it's your, actually it's your ground. It's your ground. You might have seen this, I'll take a small cricket example. You might have seen this batsman, Mr. Vivian Richards, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, he used to play for West Indies. Now, this gentleman had a very, very strong quality, and that when he used to walk into the pitch, whatever is the score, whether it is 16 for 4 or 29 for 7, when he used to walk into the pitch, it used to send literally a feeling around the crowd and the opposing team and the captain and the bowler and everybody was, this from here on, this ground, this pitch is mine.
Correct.
Correct. So the first 15 minutes, no, it is actually the moment you enter the room. People observe us, see us, they make a impression about us, So that is where you actually conquer it.
Exactly, it's their perception.
3 seconds is your persona, 10 seconds your smile, 15 seconds the first time you open your mouth. And I've seen the best of speakers, the moment they start, post that first 15 seconds, they literally take it. So the training room or the training environment is somewhere which belongs to the trainer. Let's go out and conquer it. I think, madam, she might be finding an issue to join in.
Yeah, we will join in a while, sir. Actually, there is some network problem. Yes.
It is raining in Pune, I know. Okay. Now, quick one more 2-3 tips which came to my mind was, see, at this age, it is simple. You all are young, I am old. So at this age, how to learn a new art, right? Or something like this, if somebody tells me some new skills, how do I learn it? Take the easiest route, right? So first of all, even if I need to improve on certain words or English, I'll start with Hindi. Hindi का improve होगा, but obviously English improve हो जाएगी. I see a tremendous surge of energy and a willingness in a lot of you. So I've seen Varshney sir making some terrific videos, right? He keeps sending me. Keep us, abhi lockdown hai, we are there. The more we practice, the more we improve. It is as simple as that. Take any area, start speaking, start improving. As many variations of a single topic will give us a new aspect to take it forward. So, like if somebody speaks about leadership or communication, right? हमने उस topic को, we have done it in our way at some point of time again and again and again. It becomes monotonous, or rather it becomes smooth for us. What if I bring a new perspective into it? So that is something else that we can also learn. Now going forward, we will be inviting the industry experts also, who will be coming and giving us their thoughts and all. For tomorrow, I have a small announcement. So tomorrow we are playing cricket.
Good.
So tomorrow's speaker is a gentleman who is a professional cricketer, and he has been at the coaching and mentoring level. So tomorrow's session will be the way of cricket and how it can relate to the way of life. So I have started this dimension that I thought should be useful. Let's hear from the actual players. We have also played, and some terrific players are there among us also. Ma'am, you are back.
Yeah, just unmute.
We have to unmute her.
Yes.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
You can
Right.
see also.
You can see me. Fantastic. All right. So we are enjoying joys of technology. I am experiencing this from past 1.5 hours, in fact. Although I was pretty prepared with it, but then maybe just in case, sometimes you have a bad technology day as well. All right. So the thing is, due to some internet connectivity issue, I just got thrown out of the system, and it took me really a long time to get back. All right. So let us. So I was telling you about some strategies that can be used, right? So these strategies were like using data, and I was on Ann Cook, I guess. So Ann Cook is actually a very good book, you know. So it will tell you about, although it is more about American. Can you hear me? Because there's a mute sign over here. No, yeah. it's not there. All right. So it is more about how fluent you can be with that accent. But then when it gives an example, and there are when you buy this book or it's readily available, I mean, it's freely available online, you get a series of series as well. I mean, audio series we have, which series we have, and that you can hear and understand it. So this is one way of doing it. Another way that that has helped me is that since I was a voiceover artist, you know, and that has helped me is that you watch movies. So you, whenever you watch it, you need to imitate like that, you know. If you watch a documentary film or something, you try to speak like that. And in fact, sometimes, you know, you need to understand from your perspective. Even if you're watching some other language, for example, if you're watching some Hindi movie, and or maybe a Hindi serial, maybe one specific dialogue, you just stop for the for time being and see how will I speak same with the same intention, same intensity in English. Okay, I'll give you an example कि which I did, like मैं ना, मुझे ये आवाज देनी थी, मंथरा को आवाज देनी थी। एक मुझे जो इंग्लिश में था वो हिंदी में था, और उसको वो इंग्लिश में कन्वर्ट कर रहे थे। तो जब आवाज थी तो उसका जो डायलॉग था बहुत अच्छा था, मतलब ये तो मैंने सिर्फ सैंपल के लिए दिया था। वो जो द कैरेक्टर, यू नो, शी वाज वेरी गुड, शी वाज वेरी ओल्ड कैरेक्टर ना, कुबड़ी है, थर थर कांप रही है, full act, very good actress she was, full of acting, and she was, and her dialogue was, so she was saying, मेरी रानी, मेरी प्रिय रानी, उसका पुत्र अयोध्या के सिंहासन पे बैठा हुआ, सोच के ही मेरा मन प्रफुल्लित हो उठता है. And full of action. This is absolutely nothing that I have done over here. And she was full of all this expression, you know. Now, if you have to say same thing in English, I cannot say like this, no? My queen, my dear queen, her son sitting on the throne of Ayodhya, right? I also have to use the same kind of intonation or expression, something like, my queen, my dear queen, and her son sitting on the throne of Ayodhya. So these are the methods, you know, these are small tips which you can readily use to ensure that you learn language and expression and intonation. So watching any video clip, any audio clip which you feel is good, you know, I mean, whose English, which the English has to be good. You just play it for a few minutes, 5-10 minutes, imitate them. Try to imitate them. That is one of the finest method, you know, where you can polish English. And again, same thing as we say, you know, language you learn with the right way, or a natural way of learning language is through listening. So the more you listen, but the problem is that not listening will not only help, you need to actually talk as well. So could be reading paragraphs aloud, reading stories with intonation and the dialogue. Oh, when did that happen? So all that. So initially it clicks, you feel that it's you're acting, you're not really comfortable. That's not me, because we have created our own image that I talk in a specific way. There are some shell that we carry around it, but we need to really break out of it, you know, to understand this world of neutral accent or an accent. And once you are aware of it, you know, once you get a command on this, it naturally make you a good speaker, and the same gets transferred to other languages. So as I gave in my introduction, I told you I speak Hindi, but I was not such a good speaker of Hindi. I was not a very good presenter in Hindi. But after I have got this command on this particular language, you know, I have really improved, and it is an exceptionally good improvement I have seen. So it's all the way you present it. I'll just give you a Hindi example just to end that without an intonation or a stress pattern, proper, even Hindi doesn't sound that good or more effective. So if like usually people say the शेर शायरी जो बोली जाती है, तो उसको एक तरीका होता है बोलने का, ना वही चीज है. The way you say it is very important, right? So अगर कोई जिसके परो भी हिस्न से जमके है सबनू शम्मे हरम हो, या कि दिया सोमनाथ का, ये उसी के सौंदर्य का प्रकाश है, चाहे वो काबुल में जलता हुआ दिया हो या सोमनाथ का चिराग. I have spoken this, right? Same thing if I say, जिसके परो भी हुस्न से झमके है सब नूर, शम्मे हरम हो या कि दिया सोमनाथ का, ये उसी के सौंदर्य का प्रकाश है, चाहे वो काबुल में जलता हुआ दिया हो या सोमनाथ का चिराग. Okay, you can make it better. I mean, every time you speak it, it will come in a better way. So that is one way. Another thing, last important is that once you speak it properly, with proper stress and intonation, the the speed. Usually, people struggle with the pace of speaking, right? The speed with which you speak English, that gets impacted. Even that can be improved. So, for example, rather than saying 8, if you say 8, you're taking more time, right? So automatically the pace comes under control. Usually people say that speaking slowly is a very good way to improve your English, but I feel speaking really very very slowly does not guarantee good communication skills, right? So even if you're speaking very fast, but if you even if you speak very fast, but you speak with right intonation and right stress pattern, still people are able to understand you. So that is one thing which I'll tell you, to control the pace and to make you sound a little bit more interesting. I feel intonation and learning this accent neutralization is very important. I'm still a novice in it. The process is still on, but these are few ways to kickstart, specifically in this era of Zoom meeting, where everything is like now recorded. People will be sitting. People might get bored, and lots and lots of stress now is on your tone. So that is all from my end. Thank you for all. Thank you for joining the session and your patience listening. And again, apologize for all that inconvenience because of internet issue or some technicalities. Although we tried our best to make it work for us, but then there are some problems areas that we will definitely work upon. Thank you very much. Any questions? Over to you, Saurabh.
Now it's over to the audience. If you have any questions or the interactive patterns that you wanted to know, you can interact, ma'am.
Madam,
Yes. Hi.
it's a wonderful session.
Thank you.
No doubt the technology part, you ignore that. Otherwise, I think it's awesome.
Okay.
I think you require appreciation. You don't say yourself you're a novice. Definitely you are not novice. And you have all the qualities of being a trainer for this, what I can say, accent neutralization.
Okay. Thank you.
It's, yeah, I remember I studied the diphthongs and phonetics in my college days.
Right.
I just brought some of that, how the upper palate and lower palate has to come, where you have to give a stress, all these things. It's very good, madam. Good. It's eye-opener for all of us, because we know how to speak also, we know how to express also, we know everything. Where we want to give a higher note, where tone is there, all these things. It's a fantastic thing. Thanks, madam. Nice that you have come. Thanks for arranging, Mr. Saurabh Banwar, the boss. Thank you.
You wait.
Okay.
I had two questions actually.
Right.
Number one was, see, at this age, already everything is programmed. Now even our wives and our kids and nobody can change us.
Okay.
So when it comes to adapting a new way of speaking, right, or getting stuck with certain words, there are certain words, suppose felicitation, right? So the first struggle is कि ये शब्द को निकालना कैसे है ना? तो वो emotion अपने आप पीछे से उड़ जाता है. We somehow manage to say it, and that's it. So where to start with that particular thing?
All right, fine. So that's what I said. See, every individual is different, and since I have given you a lot of strategies, and I've given you so many of them. So basically, that's what I said. This phonetic dictionary, which I'm telling you, is important, because once you see what has happened, sometimes that the psychology works. So in my case also, we feel that we are stuck, but then when you take some expert's opinion, somebody's help, right? So when you take in that extra effort, right, that confidence automatically develop. Earlier you said I was not sure, but then you felicitation. So you understand that. Go on the internet, understand clearly like be confident that this is the pronunciation, nobody can challenge you. So automatically that becomes a part of it. So the moment you say it's felicitation, and of course it's a practice, but then the practice has to be done very much regularly, even whatever regular sentence you have spoken. So the question also you have say like, we have been programmed, we have been wired, so with more expression. That's the reason. So the rule is fake it till you make it. So, and why am I saying it? In fact, this is an interesting way, because ultimately I don't think so age should always be a barrier when it comes to learning. As a trainer or as a teacher, we are always a learner, right? Everybody's learner. And sometimes, you know, we have to get into because of internet now, we need to get into this eklavya mode now. Learn on your everything is there internet, because we cannot attend sessions. So although we are in a dronacharya position, but then sometimes, you know, we have to behave like eklavya. So so while talking, you know, you understand some people might have issues with R, or maybe take we need to always have small goals, you know. Otherwise what happens, all of a sudden we want to speak exceptionally good English, you know, very nice and very effective, then that's not going to work. So we need to take have small goals. So take one sound at a time. Okay, so I'm not going to mess up with this sound, right? For example, people mostly from like MP, you know, they have issue with a sound. It's like GAP. They'll not say they'll not say gap. They'll say gape, gape, pese, right? A say, K say. So they say that's like a sound. They don't say a. So it's like a sound. So in case if you are talking, you understand yourself. So one way is like the way I did is was like when I was doing dubbing. So there was like in these audios, right? Studios. So there you understand. There you go and start talking. So they are the strong microphones they have. So they give you exact output. So you know exactly where you are lacking. But right now, what I mean to say is like wherever you're stuck, right? You understand. So find out the fault if you know that. But then it will be a baby step. Don't have too much of expectation, but have a very small goal on one word, one sound, one by one, and then take a baby steps towards it. Then you're going to work it. Problem with at this age, you know, it will happen with all of us. If I go to learn guitar, you know, after 5, 6, 7 days, I want to play it very at least one tune completely and that. So we want to learn, and that's the reason learning doesn't happen. When kids go, you know, when the children go, they just want to go to learn guitar. They don't want to play it right next day or 3 days after that. So if you display that kind of patience and keep these standards or goals of learning, so that will help you to accept it. And now, I mean, we have to change, because right now this technology, aren't we imbibing that same way? You have to change in the way you talk, but it will help you because it'll add energy to you, right? More expressive, and you are so confident about that.
Question number 2.
Right.
थोड़ा general question है कि normally with I have seen it mostly happening with Indians कि we develop ये शा को सा और सा को शा वाला है ना, तू शाजन है मैं तेरी शायरी. So whenever you try to correct it, वो 2-3 बार practice करे, they'll again go back to that same thing. Is there any quick trick to counter this?
So that's what I said. So आपने decide किया कि मैं स और श में गलती नहीं करूंगी, तो फिर आप ना स और श से related sentences बनाओ. मतलब आप उससे ज्यादा मूवीज देखो, वो वाले sentences लिखो एक तरफ और उसको बार बार बोलो, अपने आप को रिकॉर्ड कर लो. साजन साजन साजन, श नहीं है, स स स स. दैट्स व्हाई टंग ट्विस्टर्स वगैरह हम करते हैं ना, तो स से रिलेटेड वाले टंग ट्विस्टर्स निकालो, और तब तक आप वही बहुत आसान है, आपको क्लियर पता है कि स और श ये दो चीज को ही मुझे ठीक करना. 1 महीना 2 महीना उसको, तो आपको जो क्विक ट्रिक तो मैं यही बोलूंगी कि आप हमेशा ना कुछ उसके लिए, जैसे कहाँ पे हम गलत कर रहे हैं या क्यों वो गलत कर रहे हैं, वो देखने के लिए आपने लिख के रखो. मे बी यू कैन छोटा सा, या तो आप मेरे हिसाब से ना अपना, मेरा एक छोटा सा ट्रिक तो ये रहता था जब मैं वर्ड सीखती या कुछ करे, तो जो मोबाइल फोन का जो ये रहता है ना, क्या बोलता है, वॉलपेपर पे सही प्रोनाउंसिएशन लिखो. आप बार बार देखोगे उसको, बार बार ये करोगे, तो ऐसा चीज, क्योंकि वो आपने डिसाइड ही किया कि गड़बड़ है, मुझे इसी चीज को, वो जब तक ठीक नहीं होता तब तक आप फिर दूसरे शब्द पे जाने का कोई मतलब ही नहीं, तो आप मत जाओ. तो जैसे जैसे आप अपने आप को जितना जानोगे, पहले तो आप एक्सेप्ट करो कि मुझे चेंज, पहले तो चेंज चाहिए, और ये एक एरिया ऑफ इम्प्रूवमेंट है. प्रॉब्लम नहीं बोलना चाहिए, एरिया ऑफ इम्प्रूवमेंट बोलना चाहिए, वो लो और फिर उस पर कर लो। तो आप चिट शीट से रख सकते हो, अब आपके हाथ पे लिख सकते हो कि थोड़ी थोड़ी देर बाद ध्यान रहे, तो उस तरह से भी आप याद रखोगे कि यह गड़बड़ नहीं है। और बार बार सुने, मेरे ख्याल से लिसनिंग भी है, तो आप जब गाना बार बार सुन रहे हैं आप आपकी जो डायल टोन या मोबाइल मतलब मोबाइल के कॉलर ट्यून डायल टोन है, आप आपकी आवाज से सही वाला वर्ड कर लिखो, तो इंस्टेड ऑफ आप कर सकते हैं ना कस्टमाइज। तो बेस्ट वही है, अगर आपको लगता है कि आप वो गलत करते तो सही वाला आवाज वाला सही लगा ताकि आपके कान में वो सही आवाज जाए।
Hello, ma'am.
हाँ जी बोलिए। हाँ,
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
good
As
evening.
I'm from MP only, but
Yes,
presently I'm taking your session from Mauritius.
all right.
And your session was really wonderful and very informative. Like,
Okay,
I have one query. Like,
right.
can you give some tip? How can we maintain a proper pace in speech?
Yeah, so the pace I said matters. Pace जो होता है ना वो स्वभाव के हिसाब से थोड़ा चेंज होता है और थोड़ा सिचुएशन के हिसाब से, है ना।
Yes.
So for example, and then you need to control. You should always know to control your pace. That is something you need to learn. There is no specific right or wrong pace. So for example, like in the sales training में भी अगर आपको समझो कि एक बंदा जो sales है वो टीवी बेच रहा है, मैं पहले हिंदी में समझाती हूँ, I'll give you an English example as well. और वो टीवी बेच रहा है और वो जो सामने वाला बंदा है वो जरा जल्दी में है, जब आपको लगता है थोड़ा ये है, तो उस वक्त आप उसको धीरे धीरे नहीं समझा सकते ना, देखिए ये फीचर्स है, आपको उसके हिसाब से, वो बहुत जल्दी बोलता है तो आपको वैसे ही बोलना पड़ता है। सो जो पेस जो होता है, अगर आपको एक बार कमांड आ जाता है ना लैंग्वेज के ऊपर या उसके सारे साउंड्स पे, यू कैन कंट्रोल इट। सो इफ यू नीड टू डिस्प्ले एंथुजियाज्म, if I need to display enthusiasm, you really tend to speak very fast because it is important. It's very important that people understand you, people realize what you're going to say, that why don't you do that, so here the pace will go. But somewhere you aap kisi ko samjha rahe, then you start controlling it by going in a, like in that case, there's something called as, you need to have higher bass in your voice, you need to relax your, I mean there's a technically you can relax your muscles over here, okay, have बहुत सारा बेस लो, आवाज भारी कर लो थोड़ी सी, द मोमेंट आप आपकी आवाज भारी करोगे ना, आपकी आवाज का जो पेस होता है ना वो कम होते जाता है, अगर आप भारी आवाज करने की कोशिश करोगे तो। और थोड़ा सा पिच हाई कर दोगे, थोड़ा सा स्ट्रेस करोगे मसल, तो वो थोड़ा फास्ट होता है। तो अगर आपको ज्यादा कहीं कहीं पे आपको बहुत ज्यादा एंथुजियाज्म और एनर्जी लेवल की जरूरत होती है, तो देन यू नीड टू इंक्रीज द पेस। अब दूसरी बात है ये, जैसे मैंने
because sometimes I get a feedback that I speak too fast. Like I'm also trainer and I'm a management faculty as well. So
Okay.
some of my seniors or maybe my colleagues, they have told me that I speak too fast. So I'm
Alright.
not very sure whether they are. Sometimes they say that no, you are okay. But sometimes even I myself feel that yes, I was very fast that time. So I was asking on
Okay.
that note.
Or from that perspective, right? All right. So in that case, again with the practice, if you feel once you start doing the stress pattern, right?
Okay.
So once you start following the stress pattern, see all the vowel sounds needs to be stressed.
Correct.
So once correct. So correct. Yeah, maybe don't say "k." You don't have to always aspirate. One more thing, I forgot to tell you. Actually, wear your accent. There's a term called wear. Accent पहनना पड़ता है. So you can wear it. You can remove it if you don't want. If you feel that you are not in the right place, you can go on with the other accent also. I can talk in a South Indian accent as well, right? I give you an example as well. So try to put so all these vowel sounds, right. So right. We tend to sometimes बहुत अच्छा शब्द रहता है, लेकिन हम उसको ऐसे ध्यान ही नहीं देते, उसे छोड़ के चले जाते हैं। तो जब आप ट्रेनिंग लोगे ना, आपको एक अच्छा सा शब्द याद आया है, तो उसका आप पूरा चीज वसूल करने की कोशिश करोगे ना, इम्पोर्टेंस, उसका इम्पैक्ट, है ना, एग्जैक्टली, why not? You should take that. If you got an opportunity, grasp it. So if you have these expressions though, so automatically you become very interesting, and specifically when you have people around you, so say around you, then you do it. And I'll tell you exactly how people, I used to do also the same thing. So we tend to speak very fast because we don't open your mouth, and then we are more, because the thought process is fast comparatively. It's good that you are able to think fast and also speak fast, but then sometimes that doesn't match at times. So because of that, if you make this habit of pronouncing each and every word the way it is and stressing more on vowel sounds, automatically the pace comes under control.
Great, ma'am.
Yeah, yes. So even if say yes, so yeah, the sound is air. It's like yes. So
Yes.
air has to be highlighted, but we are putting more stress on sir. Yes, yes. So yes. It's small little words. Every little word, once you start pronouncing it right, edit, sign, form, agreement. So automatically the pace comes under control. And the best part is that you sometimes you really get a good thought and a good right word as well. The problem is that you just quickly go through it and the impact improves. So in the entire sentence, if you take the right stress, so everything was fine except this. So except, so automatically for that stress, that extra second is required, the pace will come under control. So take care, like stress pattern, intonation, and pronouncing the right stress on the vowel sound will help you, to control the pace as well, and you'll sound interesting.
I'll definitely work on it. Thank you so much, ma'am.
And sometimes, what happens, people, if you speak too fast and they are not guarded, then they say that you only because they are not able to, they might not think with the same speed.
Correct.
They are not able to grasp it. So because of that, what happens, they feel that we are speaking fast. This sometimes happens with me also. I don't speak fast, but then psychologically, if they do not grasp what I have said, then also they say that. So we need to judge our audience, and based on that we need to maintain our pace. So but then once you have command on this, languages and stress pattern, you can actually control your voice. I can modulate my voice or the pace, everything. Okay, this dubbing will really help, because in dubbing, what has happened, or maybe sentence, we have the same sentence in Hindi, but in that we need to fit in that English sentence.
Okay.
So sometimes you need to speak really fast or something really slow to ensure that you get the right expression within that limit. So that will help you,
Yes, yes, of course.
I'm,
So what do you feel? Like, what is your feedback? Though I have spoken few sentences, so what do you, is it fast, or like it is okay, or it is, what is your feedback on that?
See, what I see is initially when you started, I can feel it you are from MP, but then from past few moment I've seen you are very close to neutral accent. You're very close to neutral accent, okay? And you are able to open your mouth, and so good thing is that you're able to open your mouth and speak, okay? But still, I feel there's always a room for improvement, as you said. So if you follow this stress pattern and more intonation, sometimes initially it'll sound a little weird. And now specifically when you are in Mauritius, you also have an option that you can sound like little different as well. It's okay.
People talking here, they are maintaining a different accent. Sometimes very difficult to understand what they are speaking. So, however, I can understand, but the way we speak in India, that is quite different in the way people speak in Mauritius.
Mauritius. So you can, So once you understand the basics of this accent, and the intonation and the impact, so you start understanding each and everybody's, and language learning becomes very easy. Any language, and you understand this thing. So that's why. So like you say, however was a very good word used. Very few people use. Nowadays people use only but. Okay. But the problem is that you really went fast with it. However, say that. Say it. Say that. However. Again, the V sound W. If you start biting your V, however, yes. However, after ER is coming, think about the R, don't speak the R. Then the fluency will not get impacted.
I see.
Yeah. E and R, vowel sound, okay. In fact, right now I wanted to see all these documents. I'm really feel that these symbols and documents and sounds, I had there's some PDF with me which I wanted to show, but then somehow we had this issue with screen sharing, where I cannot share my screen.
You could share it with the WhatsApp group so that
maybe I can do that. Yes, I can do that. Yeah. Right. But I could have actually shown you how to read it, but then it's okay.
Yes, that would have been wonderful if you could have shown on the screen, so we could have been...
It's okay, but maybe you can take a separate session where I can get into the technicalities right now, because within 1.5 hours, I don't think so. You'll be able to get into that technicalities also. Okay. Thank you.
There is a part 2 of this also coming in. Don't worry.
Right. Okay. Anyone else?
Ma'am, good evening. I'm from Delhi.
Okay.
Really, today I remained glued to the screen throughout your talk. Very, very informative.
Mm-hmm.
You have really given a wonderful tips how to improve
Mm-hmm.
intonation, set points, and really I'm going to place an order for phonetic dictionary today. Thank you,
Right.
ma'am, for wonderful
Go for
session.
this Cambridge one. Okay. Cambridge Phonetic Dictionary. You get a
Thank you
CD
very much.
also along with it. Okay. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Good. So you were super.
Thank you.
And
I really don't feel very satisfied with this though, but then it's okay. It was not that bad because with a lot of things going in my mind because the start didn't go well, but
होता
it's
है होता
okay.
है वो
Right.
मतलब this medium is like that every time you get a new challenge.
Right. Yeah.
मैं तो पूरा नारियल वारियल सब करके बैठता हूँ यहाँ पर क्या होने वाला करके. So thank you, wonderful energy, and मतलब you.
In fact, that is something I wanted to ask initially because this is the first session I have sat and have taken. Otherwise, I don't feel that the energy level. Ideally, all the training sessions you need to stand and take. बिना खड़े तो energy आता ही नहीं इंटरनेट मतलब कहीं ना कहीं नीचे हो जाते हैं क्योंकि मैंने इतने साल हम लोग 12 घंटे भी अगर ये करते थे ना डबिंग तो आप 2 मिनट बैठ जाओ लेकिन जब माइक्रोफोन पे जाइए तो खड़े होकर ही बोलना डायलॉग देना चाहिए नीचे बैठने से एनर्जी डाउन हो जाती है ठीक है.
You brought in a wonderful way.
Mm-hmm.
How with a very just by speaking you were actually holding the people,
Mm-hmm.
right? That is something unique which I saw
Mm-hmm.
today's session, and you really went in between though with examples and this and that and all. Matlab, we were zapped.
Okay.
This is a totally new ma'am that we saw today.
Okay.
So from the entire audience, thank you, wonderful, and it's another aspect that we wanted to explore today. So the session went really well. थोड़ा बहुत टाइम ज्यादा हो गया 3 लोगों ने ऑलरेडी अपनी चाय पी ली है नाश्ता कर लिया है.
It's okay.
We'll end it, and
In fact, I was unsure whether how will I continue for 1.5 hours, and now I feel there are so many things I left. I could have done it. Anyway,
it's because of the online. If your feelings is this, otherwise your session was awesome.
you are from Calcutta.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ma'am,
All
good evening.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Ma'am, good evening.
Yes.
I am Subramani from Bangalore.
Right.
So it is, you told that you are novice. Actually, you are not novice. We know wise. That is, we know the wise. KNOWWISE. Okay. Thank you so much for your kind presentation.
Okay.
It's very helpful for us.
Okay, maybe next time now we'll make it interactive where I can tell you to talk and then I'll be able to because earlier I have taken these sessions. You take it like for 7 or 8 days. So where we teach, so I tell a V and W's and I make people do it. You make it do it. This was more of a theory, but then it was also a very good understanding of how we can do it. So maybe interactive will be a good option. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. I appreciate your I appreciate your participation. Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
You too.
The bat and ball. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for joining. All right. Okay.